We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On the draw, this is Barkley. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play. They forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Now back to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes you'll find perfectly the play comes to you, and sometimes you'll cover some ground and you'll make the plays we just saw here.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Going to pass is a 7-yard loss on the side. It's third down.
There's a reason it's all running backs. They're often captains in the defense. They caught the signals. They got through the part of the game in coverage against the run, and of course on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Beckham. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And defensively, you're okay with that. In the first quarter, he's going to get some catches really rallying to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again, and he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense on 3rd down today. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
On first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Washington! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Giants. Simi Fehoko. 68 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. We asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to connect with Dotson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Come on, boys, let's finish strong. Finish it off. Let's make something happen. Let's go. Touchdown.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
Touchdown! A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Pulls it in at the 13. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Pass the 20 for a short gain. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do? Put a man on him. The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd down at 5. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be caught by Fehoko. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying...
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfect. plays, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Back to throw here. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 36 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of just a yard. This offense in desperate need of the conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guy.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion,
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Washington. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're going to look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much since. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw now on 1st down. Touchdown, Washington. From 21 yards away. And the Commanders get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably... And now here's another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll drop the throw. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll try and throw for it here. And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football and give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, they've been got
touchdown Washington. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do they play a clean game the rest of this one? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And some space here. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Commanders look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. He was blown up in the backfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. Tell you what, Potter, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, a lot of big grins, I think, from
touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This will use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 on last play. Backwards and yard.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they'll have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And here's a fair catch now, and boy, a very short punt will give them unbelievable field position. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
They'll look to throw again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. This game, it was well in hand.